Hey, it's Melissa from KiwiBanana, and today I want to talk to you about Burning Man, water use and disposing of water. Now I've got a wee list of some things that I wanted to cover, so I will be occasionally looking down below, so I apologise in advance for that. Before I get started, the best tip that I can give you is to do your research. And don't just do all your research in one day and go, right, yep, that's done. Try and give yourself some time, giving yourself some time to prepare is best. And because if you do your research, you can then really revisit it like the next day, the next week, or the next month, because you may come up with new ideas and ways that maybe can save you comfort or time, and also just get a little bit more of a better understanding of what you're going to have to do. So I'll get into it. So at Burning Man, you cannot get water unless it's gifted to you, and the playa does provide sometimes. However, it is best for you to be as self-reliant as possible. I'd recommend at least 6 litres / 1.5 gallons of water per day and night. So like a day and a night, that should be enough per person, and then you'd want to obviously times that by the amount of people that you're supplying for, and times that amount by how many days, how long you plan to be there. Now we save water by not cleaning ourselves with water. They do have hose down camps there as an option if you want to use that. And we also save water by reusing our dishes and only washing them at our last meal that we were there. So because of the food that I was making, being vegan, sort of non-perishable food, you lower your chances of getting food poisoning quite dramatically than eating otherwise, with the exception, I guess, of like rice. But as long as you eat it all out of the bowl, it's pretty good. It's all good to use the bowl the next day. Now, disposal of grey water is not allowed on the ground, and there are no places for you to dispose of it while you're there at the Burning Man, event, community, whatever it is you like to call it. You take it out with you. Now, bodily fluids are allowed in the porta potties, but nothing else is allowed in the porta potties. No grey water, no rubbish, no tampons, none of that sort of stuff. So that means that you will have to find a way to store your grey water. And we had a tank in our van, so that for our grey water, which was really good, and because we only washed our dishes once, it wasn't an issue for us at all. And then we just disposed of it later after the event in Reno. There's like places, and they do give you like a wee list of places that you can go to dispose of like your rubbish and your recycling, your tank waste and things like that. If you had an RV, if you had even if you had a toilet and all that sort of stuff going on, they do provide a list. And there is information out there online of places that you can go to, so that you don't have to be driving all the way home with that stuff. You can just stop in Reno along the way, or the other area that you're driving through, and dispose of it appropriately there. Now, I did see that some people use canisters to contain their grey water. So that is a thing that is probably the main thing that most people do if they don't have like an RV or a van or something like that, where they have, or a tank where they can put their grey water into. They would put it in like a canister. Maybe you might be able to get like one of those sort of like big, almost like one that you would put petrol or oil in or something, as long as it's got a good cap on it. Store it in there and then dispose of it appropriately after you leave the event. I have heard of people putting things in the canisters after they put the grey water in, just to sort of help, I guess, the smell or the breaking down of the bacteria and all that sort of stuff. So that basically is my video of Burning Man water use and water disposal. I hope it is of some sort of help to you, and if you've never been to Burning Man, it can seem quite daunting, some of these things. Maybe you get in on a theme camp and you don't really have to worry too much about this sort of stuff of having to get rid of it because there's a system set up. But maybe you're going to be that person at the theme camp that has to deal with that sort of stuff as well. So, doing a bit of research is good. Never really hurt anyone to do a little bit of research. And let me know if this was any sort of help. Also, let me know if there's any other videos that you want me to do tips on, or any sort of information on, especially Burning Man, but also anything in particular. That does not matter at all, as long as I have some sort of understanding. Please don't ask me any questions about cars, because I don't know much about cars. I'm sure you get the idea. So I will see you in the next video. I hope you've done something that makes you happy today. See ya.